Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, depending on where you are. Again, this is Agent Norm, and I'm called Agent Norm because I'm a licensed health, life, and annuities insurance agent. I am not, I said not, a federal agent sent to spy on you, and I don't care how much money you make, so relax. Now, either I or somebody on my team invited you here, so welcome. This is going to be a brief, get to the point presentation. Obviously, it's a lot easier for me to do this video than it is to talk to each and every person individually. If you have questions or you prefer to actually talk and introduce ourselves, feel free to give me a call in person, or I'll talk to the person that invited you. Obviously, I'm an insurance agent. I like to talk, but please text or email me before you call so that I know why and who is calling. Now, I disclose that I'm a licensed agent so that you know there is some sort of accountability here. Obviously, I'm going to be bound by law and ethics, as you know, if you are a licensed agent also. I can't get involved in any type of fraud, scam, schemes, or cons, or I would lose my credentials and my license and get locked up. Everything on this website is going to be legit and it's totally legal, but always plan accordingly. Pay attention to your money every day, several times per day, and invest wisely. That being said, let's go ahead and get started. Why are you here? Are you here to make money? Are you here to save money? Or are you here for both? Some of you are going to be here for extra income, just to work part-time, maybe just a few minutes per day. We're going to have people that want to come in and work full-time, income from home, they want to quit their job, that sort of stuff. And we're going to have a few team builders, people that like to have someone, a downline or an agency. If you are a licensed insurance agent, you know what I'm talking about when I say agency. And of course, a lot of people are here because they saw the ads, passive income, retire in 1 year, go $10 to 4 million, 3 years, 100 to 4 million. And of course, we have people here that never want to retire. We have people that are totally greedy. They want to get as much money as possible, billions if they can. And of course, we have individuals that are here just looking around, what we call the looky-loo and the looky-loosies. Well, obviously, if you're going to be here just for extra income, it's not going to take long to do that. You can just simply complete step 1 on the website, which I'm going to get to that in just a few seconds here. That's paid daily. You're only going to work maybe 30 minutes to an hour per day, but you're always going to be out working. It's like sales, so to speak. You're going to have to find individuals that are complete that step 1 so that you can earn $125 per pop. And it's pretty easy because step 1 is actually free. But you're going to make less than $100,000 per year doing that. This is for people that are just looking for extra income to make ends meet, but you're going to work forever if you do that. Now, obviously, if you're looking to quit your job and work from home, it's going to take time for your money to actually grow. It may be 60 days, 90 days before you actually do that. So stay on your job for right now, depending on how much money you're coming into this business with. But if you're coming in with no money, keep your job until your money grows and actually can pay your bills. You're going to have to put in whatever amount of time it takes, which is not a lot. I mean, most of this stuff is going to be automated. If you're on my team, I'm going to show you how to build your team and do that with automation. The thing is, you are going to be working for yourself by yourself. This is for people who want to make about 6 figures, double 6 figures, something like that. But again, you're going to have to work forever. Now, when you get into the team builders, this is people that have people working for them. This is what a downline or an agency. People are actually working to attain their goals, but they're simultaneously helping you to achieve your goals. I mean, the big thing here is you have to know how to train people and how to motivate people. I mean, I know most people come in, they want to build a downline. They want to make, $1 million or more per year. But if you're not training the people that come on board, you're not motivating them, they're going to get, frustrated and they're going to leave the business, and you're just always going to be out there trying to recruit, which that's not what we're in the business of doing. We're not out here trying to recruit the world. If you're going to be a team builder, just bringing maybe 3 or 4 good people on that are actually able to duplicate what you're doing. That's all you really need. You don't have to be out here trying to recruit the world. Most of you are going to be here for passive income. I mean, you want your money to work for you, not vice versa. I mean, we're going to get to the retire rich in 1 year, and I'm going to show you on the calculator how that works. Or you want the other program. And we're always going to diversify. We're not going to put all of our eggs in one basket, which you're going to see once we get to the website. And of course, some of you don't want to retire at all. Obviously, if the money's making money for you, working for you, there's really nothing that you have to do other than just make sure nobody steals the money from you. That's going to be the most important thing, is keeping attorneys and accountants and that sort of stuff and the government out of your pocket. That's going to be your full-time job. Of course, we have the looky-loo and the looky-loosies, the spectators, the people that never take any action. It doesn't make sense to them because they know everything. So if it doesn't make sense to them, it has to be a scam, right? These are individuals, bloggers. They write reviews, they do YouTube videos, that sort of stuff, but they never have any intent to join anything. They're just monetizing their blog or their YouTube video. And of course, their number one thing they would tell you is, if you could make that kind of money, why do you need me? And of course, the answer to that question is, we don't need you. But just understand that some people are greedy. When you do bring people on, team members, you're not doing that for free. We're getting a percentage of your profits, and that doesn't come from you. That comes from the platform. So instead of just sitting around waiting for, let's say, 365 days for your money to go, let's say, from $10 to $4 million, you may be able to cut that time down to 6 months to go from $10 all the way up to $4 million. So it's about the greed and the speed. And some people are not happy earning, let's say, $5,000 per day. Some people need $10,000 per day. Some people need $20,000 per day. And when we get to these websites, you're going to see that that's possible. And when you start playing around these platforms, you're going to see some people playing with $30 and $40 million per day. So we're dealing with cryptocurrency. So, get everything that you've been taught, high school, college, throw that stuff out of your mind, because you're going to see ridiculous numbers. You could possibly become a trillionaire in this business. The other reason that people go out and recruit, obviously, is to avoid the beggars. As your money starts to grow and you start driving bigger cars, living in bigger houses, you're going to have family members and friends asking you to loan them money. So obviously, it's better for you to go ahead and show them what you're doing to make money, so that they don't ask you for yours. So need and greed are two different things, but don't mistake it here. This is not a sales presentation. This is just leading you to these platforms, and what you do is totally up to you. There's not going to be any follow-up calls. There's not going to be sales calls. There's not going to be a drip campaign on emails. You either get in or you're out. That's basically it. This is not a sales presentation. And as I was saying earlier here, you want to protect your money at all times. And the number one person you're going to protect your money from, obviously, is going to be government hackers, the U.S. government in particular. I've heard horror stories of people going to bed billionaire and wake up the next day broke because the government has taken all of their money away, froze their assets. And of course, there are non-government hackers out there also. And when we get into the dApps, which you don't know what dApp, some of you don't know what dApp is yet, have to be careful when we're dealing with those type of contracts. But the first thing that we're going to do here on step 2, that has nothing to do with contracts. That's going to be arbitrage, which you don't have to know what arbitrage is or anything like that. But I might always advise you to get an external crypto wallet, and make sure you keep your external wallet safe, because it's going to hold all of your money, and keep the keys and everything safe, because as you start developing or growing this type of money, there's always somebody out there that's going to be trying to take the money from you. So let's go ahead and go to the website here and start trying to wrap this video up. Let's exit out of the PowerPoint. Let's go over to the website and see if I might have that up somewhere. And what we're going to do here is we're going to start with step 1. Step 1 is going to be the foundation for most of you. It's going to take away any risk. So you can't come in and say it's some sort of Ponzi scheme, or it doesn't work, or it's a scam, because it's not going to cost you anything to get started. So there really is no risk to you if you complete this step. And this step is not going to cost you any money. It's just going to take you about 10 or 15 minutes of your time. I'm not going to go through this thing verbatim, because every page on here has a video with instructions under it. So just simply watch the video and follow the instructions, but complete step 1 first. Once you complete step 1, get in touch with your sponsor, whoever sent you here. They're going to go ahead and fund step 2 for you with $100, not with 10. We're going to start with 100. And let's go over to the calculator, which I think that's on the page. Anytime you want to play around with the calculator, just come over to calculator.net You can simply go down to financial calculator and you can put your numbers in. So just to show you how we got the numbers here, we got 365 days at about 3.6 on the high side. It's going to vary between 2 to 3.6, but I'm going to use the high side just to make it look more spectacular. And we're going to say you start with the 10 just to show you where the numbers come from. And we're going to start with nothing. And you see here, after 365 days, you're up to 4 million. So we didn't make these numbers up. These are factual numbers. And you can see starting from $10, you have 36 cents on day 1, 37 on day 2. And you see as you scroll down here, getting somewhere probably around the second 6 months here, 180 days, which would be approximately 6 months. And you're earning $200 per day at that point. At some point in here, you're already a millionaire, probably somewhere around 3 million or so per day. 3,000 or so per day. That's over $1 million per year in income. That's 257 days. I don't know what that breaks out to, maybe 9 months. So in essence, you've already hit the millionaire point before you even get to that 1 year point. But just scrolling all the way down, you see how the numbers break out here. You see on day 365, you're actually earning $140,000 per day, and you're at that 4 million. Now, most people are never going to reach this point because at some point, only a crazy man would not start withdrawing money. As you're making, $1,000 per day, all the way back up here, probably day 227, 225. Probably before that, for a lot of you, be probably $500 per day. What's that? $3,500 per week in income. That's life-changing income for most people. So you're never going to get down here. You'd be a damn fool to not start taking money out. You're going to want bigger houses, bigger cars. You're going to start wanting to put money in your personal savings account. You don't want to leave it sitting on this platform. But the numbers do work, just to show you they work, but most people are not going to get to that point simply because they're going to be withdrawing the money. Now, if you wanted to achieve this, let's say in a short amount of time, let's say you want to go be rich in 30 days, you put that in there, same interest rate with no payment, and let's say you want to be a millionaire with, well, let's say here, that's 10,000, I think that's $100 million. And you could calculate that just to show you how to work this. If you want to be a millionaire in 30 days using this platform, you'd have to start with 346,000. Most people are not going to do that, but you can put different numbers in there just to play with it. Let's say 60 days, if you want to get to a million. You'd have to put 119,000 in there. Realistically, something like 180, and you don't need to get up to a million either. Simply because you only need about 100,000 or so. You'd have to start with 1,700 to do this in 6 months, which that's doable for a lot of people. And of course, you can scroll down anytime you want and just see how the numbers actually play themselves out. But as I said, earning $1 million a year is about $3,000 per day in income. So if you put that over into a calculator, divided that by 3.6, that probably means you need about 100,000 or so on the accounts that you're earning about $3,000 per day. Boy, I'm good at math. Wow, I did that in my head and I was pretty accurate. But right there, somewhere around day 115, you're already a millionaire. Now, 115 days, I don't know what that breaks out to. That's about a little less than 4 months, and you're already a millionaire, and that's starting with only $10. Obviously, if you start with more money, as I said, we're going to start you, and you're going to have to learn how to play around with this thing also. That's why I put this on the website. We start you off with 100 here to get you started with no additional payments. You see the numbers just going to be 10 times greater than they were if you started with $10. So let's go ahead and move on. I don't want to play with that too long here. And let's go back. And obviously when you get ready to join, you join here, but go down to the instructions first and read the instructions and follow the instructions. You open up your Kraken account, or you can use KuCoin, Clever, the mobile app, or the Trust Wallet. I'm on Kraken, and I use the mobile app on Kraken because it makes life a lot more simple going through it. But no matter how you cut it, whether it's KuCoin or Kraken, you're going to have to do the KYC, which is know your customer, and you're going to have to be verified before you can start having money coming in. This started years ago, so there's no way around that unless you're using Trust Wallet or Clever. I don't remember ever doing a KYC on Trust Wallet or Clever. The fees are higher, but Kraken is just a lot easier to use, and I just trust Kraken a lot more. But let's go back to the website here and start wrapping this up. Now, once you start making money up here, obviously you're going to want to diversify. So you want to look at this program. You don't want to have all of your money tied up in, let's say, crypto or forex either, because we don't know what the government holds for the future as far as crypto or forex. So you want to always have something going here that's diversified outside of crypto or forex. This program here will allow you to buy a car. And another reason this is on here, because as you start making money, most people are going to want to buy new cars, and they're thinking Ferraris. This will give you 80% discount on your cars that you buy, and you'll also be able to bring other people in, and you get $500. Anyone you share this with that buys a car, they give you $500. And this has a strong compensation plan, but I'm not going to go over that. It's all down here on the website. I'm not going to do that on the video because, like I say, I don't want to make this a 2-hour video trying to go over each and everything on here, because the videos and the links are on the page. Once you do this program here, and you can do these in order, skip around if you want, but I'd advise that you do these in order. You also want to get over here because people are going to want to start traveling. I put this on here because you're going to get discounted travel up to 70% off in flights, hotels. You're going to want to start taking cruises. You're going to want to go to Dubai or Africa or Alaska, places that you never thought were possible to go. Obviously you want to stay in the best places when you go there, and this is going to give you huge discounts off of those lodging places. And the compensation plan is strong on there. You can actually get up to 3.7 million income on that plan. So that's another way to diversify on top of just having this working for you. If this disappears 2 or 3 years from now, you still have this working for you, and you still have this working for you. And of course, you want to diversify and have this. Right now, AI marketing, that's what this is. They're having problems because of the war over in Europe. So this is not the best time to get involved in that. They should be back operational, I'd say, probably in the next 90 to 120 days, I'd estimate. So depends on when you're listening to this. If it's like March as I'm doing this video, I'd wait before I got involved in that, probably till let's say July or August or something, just to make sure everything is flowing accurately again. These are just other places to diversify. We're going to do AI bot trading on crypto and AI bot trading on forex. That's there. Check the videos out, follow the instructions. I'm going to put do-it-yourself trading on there for arbitrage. I didn't put that in there yet because I don't want to confuse you. Most of you all don't know what arbitrage even means yet, so I didn't want to put the videos in there and have you start looking around and playing with this and then you're just totally lost. I put the CTFO in there, which is the CBD, because a lot of people use that. Excuse me, if you're using CBD, you may as well order that off your own site. And as you're building, if you're a team builder, it only makes sense to keep just diversify as much as you possibly can and have money coming in from so many different platforms. Put the legal shield on there because, as I said, as your money starts growing, you're going to need legal advice on so many things, including wills, just putting your money into trusts and just different things. So you're going to need attorneys there, kind of like on a retainer for you, and that's kind of what that is. And they have a strong compensation plan also. So everything I do here is for a reason, but at the same time, if I'm going to be paying money for it, I also want to be able to monetize it. That's why these things are on here. This is just something to play with. This would be a Ponzi scheme other than the fact that I'm giving you the money to start. So you flip it upside down. If you had to come in, then it's a Ponzi scheme. You wouldn't get involved with it. But if you want to play around with that, I'll get you started on that, and I'll pay for that out of my pocket. And then we'll just see what happens on it. It's just something to have fun with. For you team builders, watch the video here. It's going to explain everything. Then what we're going to do is start setting up your funnel and your landing pages. Get your funnel set up. And then we're going to show you how to drive traffic to your actual landing page so that whatever got you here, unless you were invited by friends or family, if you weren't invited by friends or family here, we're going to show you how to duplicate the process that got you here. And I think that's about it. Let's just say all the training videos are there. Pricing on everything is down there. Frequently asked questions. If you have questions, check down there first. Before you call your sponsor, you call me. And as I get more and more questions, I'll put the answers to them in there. But I'm already invested. And as I said, we don't need you or my money is growing regardless of what you do. So sometimes I'm not paying attention to this site because my money grows every day. So there's no need for me to be tied to my computer, so to speak. Let me make sure I covered everything I wanted to cover as far as the website goes. I'm not going to go through everything as I said. Everything is went over the financial calculator, how to use a financial calculator. If you need more help on using financial calculators, give me a call. If you want to know how to plan your investment strategies, let's go ahead and wrap it up here. If you want to make a lot of money, I'm telling you, you have to pay attention to this stuff. It's going to be a learning curve for most of you. The good thing is you don't have to be a licensed agent. You don't have to know the difference between Forex and crypto trading. You don't need to know the difference between spot trading and futures trading. You don't even have to trade. And you don't even have to understand what arbitrage is, as I said earlier. The only thing you really need to know is how to follow video and written instructions, how to pick the phone up or email someone when you have questions if you're lost. And then, of course, you have to take action. That's it. I mean, can you do that to be rich in 365 days from today? It's totally up to you. It's just about how bad do you want it. And that showed you from the numbers. We're not talking about potential income. We're not talking about theoretical income or possibilities out here. We're talking about real spendable money in your pockets based on the facts and the numbers. Are you willing to learn how to do this stuff? Are you willing to go out of your comfort zone? Are you willing to take action? I mean, again, it's all up to you, and it starts with one simple little free step up here. Step one, earn $100 right now. That takes away any risk from you. You're taking no money away from yourself. So in essence, you have nothing to lose and everything to gain. Go ahead and complete step one right now and get in the game. Talk to you in the first training video.